Most men over 60 spend real time thinking about the jacket, the shirt, the fit, the color. They make thoughtful choices at the top of the outfit and in the middle, and then they put on whatever shoes are closest to the door. This is where the outfit falls apart. Not dramatically, not in a way anyone can immediately name, but quietly, consistently, every single time. Here is the truth that most style advice skips over. Shoes are not a finishing detail, they are a structural element of the outfit. They ground the silhouette, set the formality register, anchor the color palette, and define how the entire look reads from the ground up. When shoes are wrong, everything above them loses its intention. A well-fitted jacket over a clean shirt over dark chinos can look completely undermined by the wrong pair of shoes, not because the shoes are bad in isolation, but because they are sending a different message from the rest of the outfit, and that conflict is what most people register without being able to name it. This channel is about classic menswear, timeless style, and practical decisions for men who want to look sharp without overcomplicating things. Today we are going into shoes, the specific mistakes most men over 60 are making with footwear, why those mistakes quietly damage every outfit they wear, and exactly what to wear instead. By the end, you will have a clear and simple understanding of how shoes should work and which 4 types every man over 60 actually needs. The first and most common shoe mistake is also the one with the biggest visual impact, the chunky athletic trainer. This is not a conversation about whether athletic shoes can be worn casually. They can. The right low-profile trainer in the right setting with the right outfit is a perfectly legitimate choice. The issue is the specific category of oversized, thick-soled, heavily cushioned athletic trainers that have become the default casual shoe for many men over 60. Not because they look good, but because they are comfortable. And comfort is not the problem. Wearing something purely for comfort, regardless of what it does to your appearance, is where things go wrong. Here is what a chunky trainer does to an outfit. The thick sole adds visual weight at the very bottom of the silhouette, the exact point where the eye naturally comes to rest. That visual weight makes the foot appear larger and heavier, which in turn shortens the appearance of the leg, compresses the silhouette, and makes the proportions of the entire outfit feel slightly wrong. A man wearing dark, well-fitted chinos and a clean polo can look significantly shorter and heavier than he actually is, purely because the shoe at the bottom is pulling everything downward. Picture this. You are heading out for a casual dinner with friends. The chinos fit well, the polo sits clean, the jacket is the right weight, but you finish the outfit with thick white trainers, the ones you wear for walking, comfortable and familiar. From the knees up, everything works. From the knees down, the outfit loses its structure. The shoe does not match the level of care above it. The overall impression is a man who got most of the way there and stopped. The better move is a slim, low-profile trainer. Clean leather, suede or canvas in a simple neutral color. White, gray, navy or bone. Something with a thin sole and a clean silhouette. These shoes do not fight with the outfit, they support it, and the leg line, uninterrupted by a thick platform, reads longer, cleaner, and more defined. And once the trainer problem is addressed, the next shoe mistake is the one most men do not even realize they are making because it happens so gradually. The worn-out loafer. The loafer is one of the strongest casual and smart casual shoes available to men over 60. It is versatile, refined and effortless, but it has a particular vulnerability that trainers do not. It ages in ways that are easy to miss when you see the shoe every day. The leather scuffs and dulls, the sole wears thin and unevenly, the toe box loses its shape, and what was once a clean, elegant shoe becomes something that looks tired and neglected, dragging the quality of every outfit it is worn with downward. This is not about replacing shoes constantly. It is about looking at the shoes you already own, the way a stranger would look at them, not with the familiarity of having worn them for 2 years, but with fresh eyes in good light. The question is not whether the shoe still fits, it is whether the shoe still looks like it belongs in a well-considered outfit. A worn-out loafer paired with a sharp blazer creates the same kind of contradiction as the chunky trainer. It signals that the attention stopped somewhere before the finishing detail. The fix is not replacement in most cases, it is maintenance. A proper leather conditioner applied regularly, a quality polish matched to the leather color, and a shoe tree used when the shoe is not being worn will extend the life of a quality loafer significantly and keep it looking intentional. A polished shoe and an unpolished shoe of the same model and the same age can look like they belong to completely different men. One looks like it is part of a considered outfit, the other looks like it was grabbed from underneath a bed. There is also the question of the sole. Many men focus on the upper leather of the shoe, but ignore the sole entirely until it is completely worn through. A sole that is heavily worn at the heel changes the way you walk, creates an uneven stance, and is immediately visible when you move. A cobbler can replace a worn sole for a fraction of the cost of a new shoe, and the result is a shoe that looks and functions as good as new. This is one of the highest value investments a man can make in his wardrobe, not a new pair of shoes, but the restoration of a good pair he already owns. And when a shoe has genuinely aged past the point where maintenance can restore it, when the upper leather has cracked deeply, when the shape has collapsed at the toe, when the whole thing looks like an artifact rather than a shoe, that is when replacement is the right choice. Not before, but not long after either. Now, here is the part most men never consider. The color of the shoe matters as much as its style, and getting the color wrong creates a disconnect that is subtle but consistent. Many men own shoes in a variety of colors that made sense at the time of purchase, but do not work consistently with the wardrobe they have built around them. Shoes in a very light tan that only work with summer weight trousers. Shoes in a bright burgundy that only match one specific outfit. A pair of black formal shoes used with casual outfits where they are too stiff and structured. These are not wrong shoes, they are right shoes being asked to do the wrong job. The color principle for shoes after 60 is simple. You need 2 or 3 shoe colors that work across the majority of what you own. For most men, those are dark brown or tan for warm palettes, navy, olive, camel, stone, and black or very dark brown for cooler, more formal palettes, charcoal, dark gray, black. With these 2 or 3 anchor colors, most outfits are covered without the friction of standing in front of a wardrobe wondering whether the shoes will work. Here is a practical way to apply this. Take your 5 or 6 most worn trouser and jean combinations and lay them out mentally. Then ask which shoe color would finish each one without creating a conflict. If a single shoe color answers that question for 4 out of 5 combinations, it is an anchor color for your wardrobe. If a shoe only works with one combination, it is a specialist piece, useful sometimes, but not the shoe you reach for automatically. Most men over 60 would benefit from having 2 strong anchor color shoes in excellent condition, rather than 6 shoes in various colors and states of maintenance. And this is where most men get it completely wrong. They own many shoes but have organized them by style, the trainers, the loafers, the derbies, rather than by color relationship to their wardrobe. Once you start thinking about shoes as a color grounding element first and a style element second, the decisions become much simpler and the outfits much more resolved. The 4th shoe mistake is one that is so common it has become almost invisible, wearing formal Oxford shoes with casual outfits. The Oxford, a fully closed lace-up leather shoe with a stiff structured silhouette, is one of the most elegant shoes a man can own. But it belongs in specific contexts. It works with suits, with formal trousers, with smart business attire. When it is worn with dark jeans and a casual shirt, or with chinos and a knit polo, it introduces a level of formality that clashes with the informality of the clothes above it. The result is an outfit that feels slightly confused, like 2 different dress codes combined without resolution. The shoe is trying to elevate the outfit, but instead it creates friction. This is a mistake that is easy to understand and easy to avoid once it is pointed out. The Oxford signals its formality through its construction, the closed lacing, the sleek toe box, the stiff sole. That formality is a strength in the right context and a weakness in the wrong one. A man wearing a beautifully constructed Oxford with dark jeans is not overdressed in a flattering way. He is creating a contradiction that the eye registers as slightly off, even if nobody can name exactly why. The better move for smart casual and casual outfits is a derby, a loafer, or a clean leather or suede sneaker. The derby, an open-laced shoe with a more relaxed silhouette than the Oxford, bridges smart and casual effortlessly. A quality penny loafer or tassel loafer does the same. These shoes carry the refinement and structure that men over 60 want in their footwear, without the formality that makes casual outfits feel overdressed. Here is the simple formula for shoes after 60. 4 types, all in the right condition, in the right color range for your wardrobe. A clean, low-profile leather or suede trainer for casual settings, weekend errands, informal outings, relaxed lunch. A well-maintained leather or suede loafer for smart casual settings and slightly dressed-up occasions. Dinner with friends, a casual professional meeting, a relaxed evening. A derby or brogue in dark brown, tan or black for more polished everyday situations where you want structure without formality. And a clean, slim Chelsea boot for cooler months and evening occasions where a little more structure is appropriate without the heaviness of a formal shoe. These 4 types cover almost every situation a man over 60 will encounter in daily life. They do not need to be expensive. They do not need to be luxury brands. They need to be the right shape, the right color for what you own, and in the right condition, maintained, clean, and not obviously aged. This is where style decisions come together or fall apart. Everything else you wear can be right: the fit, the fabric, the color, the proportion. But the shoe is what people see last, and what they remember first, when they think about whether the man they just met looked put together or not. A well-dressed older man does not treat his shoes as an afterthought. He treats them as the foundation of the outfit, because that is exactly what they are. So here is the question I want to leave you with. Which of these shoe mistakes are you still making? The chunky trainer, the worn-out loafer, the wrong color for your wardrobe, or the over-formal shoe with casual clothes? Let me know in the comments. I read every one, and I want to know where most men are getting stuck with footwear. If you appreciate practical, straightforward style advice for men over 60, subscribe to the channel. In the next video, we are going into the smart casual formula that works for almost every occasion and why most men over 60 have never actually been shown it clearly. You will not want to miss that one.